The first thing that usually comes to mind when we hear the word habit is consistency. The relationship between the two is, like the scientists in me would say, almost symbiotic. Consistency isn't just what builds habits, it's like the engine that keeps it going. It's the moment when an intentional action just turns into behaviors that run on autopilot. And the more automatic something becomes, the less effort it takes to stay intentional with it. If you're a habit person like me, you've probably seen a bunch of tips on how to be more consistent. There are different methods, routines, rules, but almost all of them have the same foundation. Less friction, more momentum, and a routine that sticks. Those three show up everywhere, even when we don't notice them. And I want to prove that to you by sharing 5 ways that you can practice what I call targeted discipline, which honestly is just a fancy way of saying sustainable consistency. Maybe you enjoy exercising, but morning workouts just drain you instead of energizing you. And that's not really a discipline problem, but rather an energy mismatch. Because when you know your prime hours, what they are and when they are, you just understand when you naturally have more focus or strength to do something. It becomes much easier to decide when to show up. It's like you're not really forcing any habit into your day anymore, you're just placing them where they belong. Over time, you just start building your own energy pattern. Try doing an activity at a certain time, see how you feel, track it down, and most importantly, repeat. Many times. Because once you get a better idea for how your body responds to that action at that certain time, that's when you have your prime hours. It's almost like math. Picking something you genuinely enjoy is a must. Forget Pilates, the 5 a.m. club, or meditation just because they're trending. If you don't actually enjoy what you're doing, it becomes a chore, and to be honest, chores do not last. A lot of us struggle with consistency because we're trying to build habits that don't even match our taste, our personality, and our lifestyle. We want what we see people doing online, but we really avoid what we actually believe that matters to us. Now, when something truly resonates with you, there's less friction, you show up more often, momentum builds naturally, and before you even know it, the habit is going to solidify into your routine without effort. That's exactly the targeted discipline that we're talking about. So you see that there's some structure behind it too. Schedule it on purpose. Consistency literally means doing the same thing over time. That's what you find in any dictionary. If you don't decide when you're doing something, your brain's going to treat it as an option, and optional habits are always the first ones to disappear. Whether it's a digital calendar, a planner, or even a note in your phone, make the commitment visible, because showing up starts long before the habit itself. It just starts with deciding to do so at a certain time. The same goes for tracking your progress, but please not in an obsessive way. Okay, I've been there before. One of the biggest predictors of whether you stick to a habit is whether you've done it recently. Tracking doesn't mean obsessing, like going crazy just because you've missed a day. It means you're being aware. If you don't know what you're doing, you can't really adjust what isn't working, what has fallen off track, or what you can improve on. Add a check mark, write a note, a quick reminder that you showed up. Even the bare minimum counts here. Last, but probably the most important, dissociate consistency from perfection. Habits are not supposed to be a curated For You page or whatever you see on your Instagram all the time. Some days you give everything that you've got, and others maybe only, 50-40%. And that's not even failure. Trying to be perfect every single time is a machine's job, not a human's. It's gonna be the fastest way for you to quit altogether. I have read in a bunch of self-development books how flexibility is one of the greatest skills you can ever develop, and that goes for so many areas of life, but it shows especially now when we're talking about consistency. Maybe the real question in the end isn't how do I become more disciplined, but rather what steps do I need to take to make my habits more sustainable? How do I build habits that fit the life that I actually want to live? Once discipline feels personal, once it feels like you, not anyone else, it stops being something that you force. It becomes something symbiotic, because you just simply want to return to it. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and that it really inspired you to build habits based on consistency and sustainability together. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content on healthy and balanced living, and I'll see you next time.